named Glenn, and I always tell people that Glenn is like Steve Martin 20 years ago, only without the arrow through his head and with a guitar instead of a banjo. Glenn's great.
Barbara, I was standing at the top of the stairs and I was looking down and there was Bob Ryle standing next to Bob Keys. I thought somebody had dropped their pants and was mooning me. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I wasn't sure if it was cleavage or a butt. I asked them what they were doing down there. They said they were holding hands, waiting for an aerial spraying of Rogaine. But Bob, it's true. Bob heads up Dynelectric Information Technology, or DIT, I guess it is. And I remember when Bob first, he said, you know, don't think, he says, I'm a vice president, but he said, think of me as the captain of the DIT ship. And I said, that makes you a DIT ship VIP, doesn't it? He said, yeah, he said, and I'm not just a half-wit DIT ship VIP. I'm a with-it-hip DIT ship VIP. I almost slipped and called him a slit-lip fit ship. I meant to say slick-witted DIT VIP. And I asked him what DIT stood for, and he said he didn't give a sure answer. He just didn't tell me what it stood for. He said, it's obvious you don't know dad about DIT.
He has that ability to cut right to the edge without hurting you. Yeah, he's great. No, I enjoy Glenn. He's coming back next year.
I am so happy to be here with you tonight. You guys are great. I am out of the house tonight. I do a lot of corporate work. I do a lot of comedy for convention groups. And I sang for a convention of urologists recently. I'm not kidding you. So you can't imagine how happy I am to be here tonight. What do you sing for urologists? Come on. That's all I can come up with. I thought I was getting a standing ovation from these guys. They were just all high on Viagra. I had no idea. They were sneaking out to their car in between my sets, taking hits of Viagra. Don't know much about urology. As far as I'm concerned, that's how I want it to be. I don't know much about a prostate probe. I thought that was a car that Lindsay Wagner drove. But I do know numbers 1 and 2. And as long as number 1 gets through, it's a wonderful world just for me. I don't wanna know urology. What a great crowd! Thank you.
He was great. He was absolutely entertaining. I enjoyed it immensely. It was funny. I laughed.
Then, of course, there's Johnny White. Congratulations to Johnny White. I understand you lost like 120 pounds. That is fantastic. That's like 2 Terry Gilberts. That's amazing. Oh yeah, speaking of Terry Gilbert, too, I mentioned Terry. I didn't know he was here. I was standing next to him, but he was standing sideways. I didn't see him. Terry's the kind of guy that had Velcro surgically implanted in his waist so he could keep his pants up. But it's not bad to be thin because you look like a TV star when you're thin, you know? And Terry quite often gets mistaken for Gumby. Here's Johnny's song. Well, down in Southern California, San Diego way, there is a name named Johnny and he works for Dave. He's got a heart that's bigger than a city block, and he can pinch a penny till Abe Lincoln talks. He wants to save Dave money, yes, he owes the man, cause Johnny wrecked a couple trucks and 1 small van. We'll go.
He's told a lot of the truth. So. I thought that he hit most of the guys right on the tee.
I was just tears coming out of my eyes. That's so funny.
60 years of Nika. You should give yourself a hand for that. That's a long time. That means Nika began when Dick McBride was in his 30s. It's incredible, a long time. Think of how far you've come with this Nika, too, in the last 60 years. I mean, 60 years ago, you didn't have any women on the board. Now you've got one. Think about it. That means in 120 years you'll have 2. But I want to sing your 60th Nika anniversary song for you, because I know your industry pretty darn well now. I'm with Nika and I seek a better way to work. That's why I'm with Local 569. I'm better trained and more prepared. I wear copper underwear. I conduct myself just fine.
I don't know if some of you recognize me. You probably do. I'm a mystery shopper. I got some good news. We're going to have a little fun with the program this year. If you suspect a customer is a mystery shopper this year, you can point at them and yell, "Narc! It's a narc!" And then you get to run to the vault. And if the mystery shopper gets to the door, if you get to the vault before the mystery shopper gets to the door, you get $50. If, however, the mystery shopper doesn't move, you need to go back, apologize, and continue the transaction.
He's so intense. He can be ranting and raving 1 minute and just laughing the next minute. I don't understand. So we're going to tell you, Phil, tonight you're receiving the first ever Dynalectric Bipolar Manager Award. And that has nothing to do with transsexual bears. Okay? But I guess last year the person that won it was Mike Brucker. All right, Mike. Yeah, is Mike right there? Is he right? All right, Mike, good to see you. I like the name Brucker. I used to live next door to a family named Brucker, as a matter of fact. There was one lady with like 6 kids, and all her kids were always on our lawn. Finally, I got up the gumption to go over and tell Mother Brucker to keep her little Bruckers off the lawn.
The first child I had was a little boy, and he's now 10 years old. And when I first saw that little boy come out, because I was right there in the delivery room, I saw the umbilical cord, and I thought, what a boy! The doctor said, do you want to cut this? I said, no, that's okay. I didn't know what. But the next day on the radio, because the station I was with in San Diego, KFMB, I sang this song about what makes him a little boy, and I hope you just find this cute and not offensive. Well, I got so excited when I saw he was a boy, when I saw that little thing, that little ding-a-ling. He'd be no queen, he'd be a king, 'cause I saw that ding-a-ling like a little chicken wing. It was a little bitty thing. He was swinging to and fro, and anyone who looked below would know that he was not a she. He was made to be a he. It's amazing how much joy a certain little thing could bring to me.
Tonight was absolutely hilarious. I mean, we were laughing our heads off. It was a great show. The way he took the songs and turned them all around, how he spit all those words out and wrote the songs was incredible. That was really entertaining. I've never seen anybody do anything like that before.
Everybody seems to be behind George Bush, which is really, at this time in our country, I think we all deserve a hand for patriotism. Why don't we have a little applause for that? What's going on in the country today? Yeah, we got to be behind the people. But you know, if you think back about a year ago when the election was going on, it didn't seem like anybody wanted George Bush or Al Gore. It was kind of like, geez, who do we want least? They couldn't win the thing, you know? I mean, I voted for Bush, but you know, they said that Gore was kind of dull, and they said Bush was not the sharpest tool in the shed, and I remember when they did give him the word association test, the 2 candidates. They said Lincoln, and Gore said 16th president. Bush said logs. That wasn't good. You know, you guys are really a fun audience. I'm having a great time. I really appreciate being here tonight. I'm gonna do one more song about a person here. Gary Cady is here. Of course, Gary Cady is a senior VP, BMOC, GQ. Yeah, it's no secret, the ladies like Gary. And I think, because Gary's such a good-looking guy and everything, maybe this Kenny Rogers song would be perfect for him. Katie, he's your knight in shining armor, all the ladies. When he walks by, they get warmer and they say, ah.
Listen to the story about a man named Dave. Came to Owl Electric, headed down here from L.A. The place he moved was a dirty, dingy dive. Raspalich wasn't rich in 1985. Well, a few years later, Dave looked around and said, I think we better pump some new blood here or we'll be dead. He hired Alex, Bob, and Phil, and they saved the company. Now Dave has got a Lexus, and the rest is history. money, big bucks, lots of golf. Y'all come back to work now. Here? All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Hey, thank you. There you go. All right.
Glenn was great. Glenn was great. He didn't destroy me too much, so that was fine. Yeah, I did put a hair out of place since then. So. No, I enjoy Glenn. He's coming back next year.
20 years ago, Glenn Erath began his comedy career. It wasn't long before local television and radio stations tapped into Glenn's talent for quickly creating topical songs. Even President Clinton took time out to stop for a quick serenade during his morning jog. While performing comedy bits and songs for 18 years on KFMB radio, Glenn continued his career as a stand-up songster on the corporate circuit, having performed for over 300 organizations, customizing his comedy for a wide variety of groups. Through the years, Glenn's successes have been well documented on television, radio, as well as in the print media. In San Diego, Glenn's recordings have sold over 40,000 copies, and his corporate comedy creations have also topped the charts with Fortune 500 executives. What sets Glenn apart from other entertainers is the high degree of customization he puts into each and every job.
The first time I saw Glenn was that we were at a management retreat for healthcare executives, and Glenn came in the room dressed in a hospital gown and a guitar, and he had us all laughing. He was singing some songs and telling some jokes that were very relevant.
I want to mix Dell computers with a Mexican restaurant and bring back Del Taco. So you can download a chalupa. You don't want to upload a chalupa, that's what download chalupa. I want a new site for accordion music only called polka.com. How about if we merge Cisco? How about if we merge Intel, Cisco, and Oracle and come up with Intesticle? Wouldn't that be great? Somebody that does, like, what do they do? I don't even know what they do. Make chips? I don't know. They do something. How about if we merge IBM and Microsoft? Come up with MySoft BM. Wouldn't that be great? That's perfect! You guys can use that in the field!
During the past few years, I had an opportunity to work with Glenn on two separate events. The first being a charity golf tournament sponsored by the local hospital foundation. The second was an annual company function. During both of those, the committees that were involved with the selection of the entertainment wanted something special, not just the average entertainer we've had in the past. With Glenn's ability to customize his comedy, his humor, as well as to write special songs about our function and the people involved with it. That's really what we were looking for.
I'm happy to be here with you guys tonight. It is really nice to be here with Steve Peace, who is an action figure, and I think that is pretty exciting because it doesn't work with every politician. I mean, they've tried it with different ones. They tried it with Strom Thurmond, no action. It was not good. Tried it with Bill Clinton, too much action. That was the other thing.